So thank you again for tuning in. I'm Inspired Grisel. On here we inspire you to look within you, to be the best version of you that you were created to be, that God is calling out to be. On here you get content on love, relationship, worship, and truly inspiring content on here. Thank you so much for all our returning subscribers. I'm outdoors today, so if it's a bit noisy, please just bear with me, all right? I want to share with us how he thought I was a prostitute, and just use this to encourage, a prostitute in Dubai, and make a message, and share with us, because most often than not, we tend to categorize people, especially church folks, and you see that's the reason why some people don't go to church, or the reason why some people find things to say about the church and God and men of God and all of that. Some it's actually valid, but the message I'm sharing here is don't categorize people. So when I came to Dubai, the neighborhood I was staying, it's something that is common if you've been around here. So on this particular day, I'd gone out, I was looking for a job then, I'd gone for some interviews, and on my way back, if you stroll around in the night, it's quite often, but for me, that was like the first time it happened, and I was totally shocked and stunned, like, what is that? So it happened before, but I didn't notice until when I was sharing this experience now, and then my friends told me, come on, it's a normal thing. So this guy met me, I was walking, and he came a bit close to me, and which is very common for us African ladies. I don't know about other nationalities, but once I see an African lady, there's that tendency. And the next thing he said, how much? I was confused, I didn't understand. I said, how much for what? He said, how much? And he was smiling and kind of like doing some funny gestures with his eye and face, and I just walked away. So on this very particular day, as I was coming back from that interview, I was tired because my time had literally been wasted there. So as I was coming now, he saw me. This guy gave me a lift, and the next thing he said he wanted to give me a lift. I needed a lift because I was really tired. I wanted the fastest way. I didn't want to wait for the bus, and I thought it was just a good Samaritan, because of course I'm a good person. Why wouldn't you want to help me, And I got into the car. The next thing he was telling me, okay, he's going to give me 500 dirhams. I'm like, for what? He says, come on, I know, what is that? He says, everyone is doing it. I was so mad. I went back home. I was angry. Like, oh my God, I felt like I should slap him. But I told myself, you know what, he's giving me a lift, I'm just gonna go. I went home, I cried. I'm like, oh, why would this guy think I'm a prostitute? Why would he take me that way? And this is what we do to other people. Because one person has hurt us, we now classify every other person as being wicked. It's not like that. You can't bundle everybody because you've been hurt. Right? You can't bundle everybody. Is it true that there are African ladies here that are doing prostitution? Yes, but that was not my case. I would never do that, because I honor God, I love God, and I serve God. So because one Christian folk has hurt you doesn't mean you generalize all of us, or you say you're never gonna go to church again, you'll never see, it's not God that hurt you. Human beings, we are frail. It's our nature. It's only by the grace of God that a human will not hurt you, or that someone will treat you right. But stop bundling people. Stop bundling people in negativity. And it's so rampant, because I remember at the time when my husband came here, was about to propose, there were lots of things that came to him like, oh, you want to marry girls in Dubai? Oh, they're doing prostitution out here. No, we have decent jobs. We are doing decent work. And above all, we are serving God. So we are not just out here, trying to sell our bodies. No, we are here making a difference, impacting lives. You might not see, but that's what we're doing. I was so mad. A prostitute? Oh yes, and I've fallen in that trap too sometimes. But that day I began asking myself a question. I'm like, was it the way I was dressed? But it wasn't the way I was dressed. So sometimes we are so wrong. We are so quick in judging people or generalizing everybody. Give people the benefit of the doubt. And if they keep doing that, sometimes it's not really about them, it's about you. Are you someone that you have a weak way of judging people? Do you need to develop that? Yes. But let's not generalize. Give everyone the benefit of the doubt. sometimes I have a mind that people feel like, oh, this girl is, maybe she's so dumb, but she's so naive, because sometimes some things are so glaring to everybody, but to me it's no, because I don't want to assume. I don't want to assume. Assumption kills. It's better to ask or check with the people, but don't assume. Don't generalize everybody. Don't try to categorize every church folk like the folks that hurt you. Don't do that. And we Christians, we are so quick at judging. I met someone the other day, not even the other day, but you know, there are some ways that someone dresses, and the next year, like, they are going for business. I mean, that's being judgmental. You could be right, but really don't assume. Just leave it open. If it comes to that point, then okay, maybe you take it up in prayers, or maybe you talk to the people, but don't assume. Because one person is doing something doesn't mean the other person is going to do so, or the other person is in that same category. All right, I just wanted to talk about this because I was coming to work, and it just came to my mind how that incident made me feel, how we so assume and categorize people. Why? Because I saw this lady, of course she smokes, and that's her choice. I felt bad for her. I dropped a little prayer in my heart that God should help her. So we were working together, and she really wanted to smoke, but she didn't have a lighter. And now she sees this man coming. Somehow she automatically assumed that he's a smoker, and the next thing she did was ask him a lighter. He said no, and I could see the frown on his face, and this was what brought that test. Don't assume. What made you think that he's a smoker? You could just ask, and if the person is what you think they are, they would say yes or no. But don't assume, because you could be so wrong, and not everybody will be that gentle. I promise you, I wanted to slap that guy that day. I wanted to slap, but I was like, okay, I'm not yet gotten out of his car. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen, but I literally, if I had my way, I would break his face for even thinking of such a thing. But that's life. That's life, right? He's thinking that way because of maybe where he's coming from, or the kind of people he's met. I was angry, but it also taught me to know that, you know what? Have a standard. There are some kind of people that judge some things before you do it. Don't assume everybody is in that circle, because a man of God, you maybe took advantage of you, or a sister in church, you know, did you bad, or a brother or somebody that said they are church somebody or church folks that did you bad. It doesn't mean each and every one is. So don't assume. Assumptions are very deadly. You could assume and get really, really hurt, or put people on the wrong path. All right, that's what I wanted to share today. I truly hope that this blesses you. And if you're having assumptions, please ask. Don't generalize people. Don't generalize people. I've come to a point where I'm a bit I would say, again, I was a bit very critical, but now I'm just letting life unfold, and people should unfold so that they reveal themselves. I don't try to make speculations, because when that is done towards me, I don't like it. So I don't want to, stay in that bubble. So that's what I wanted to share with us today. Until next time, I'm Inspired Fizel.